Hey Nighthawks, welcome to the second NTV show. Today is October 26, 2017. On today's broadcast, we'll be discovering more about Red Ribbon Week, recapping the football season, and an interesting encounter with sweet deliciousness called jelly beans. This is Justin with your NTV broadcast. And now it's time for announcements. New Spiritwear is on sale now through October 31st. Log on to My Payments Plus to order the newest Nelson shirts, hoodies, and sweatpants. The Frisco Family Services Canned Food Drive is happening at Nelson now. The advisory class that donates the most goods will receive a special surprise. Please take your donations to advisory by tomorrow. The Spelling Bee is December 5th in the library from 4 to 6 p.m. And our final meeting is next Friday, November 3rd at 3:45 in room C111. There's a Google Classroom you can join for all the details. See Dr. Pierce in room C111 if you're interested in participating in the Spelling Bee. For any girl in grades 7th and 8th interested in running cross country for Nelson, please attend the cross country meeting on Tuesday, October 31st at 7:55 a.m. We will meet in Coach Harris's room B120. October is Cyber Safety Awareness Month. Today's cyber safety tip is talk to your parents about their rules. Discuss how much time they want you to spend online and the appropriate sites they want you to visit. Do you have an idea you want to share with the world? Would you like to share that idea through speaking? Come to the TED Talk Interest meeting in the library today during afternoon tutorials. Congratulations to our 15 choir students who received a superior rating at the solo and ensemble this past week. We are so proud of their hard work. Keep on singing, Nelson. Sadly, our Nighthawk football season has only one game left. With this in mind, we've decided to bring it over to Drew with our season recap.
With this year's football season coming to an end, we have decided to look back upon our fellow Nighthawks and see what they have done this year in football.
7th grade is pretty good. We're first in the district right now.
8th grade hasn't been as lucky in their performance this year.
We've had concussions. Ewa tore his ACL, and Wyatt tore his meniscus, and RJ broke his growth plate.
7th grade has shined very well.
Gotta give shout out to Jackson Lavender and David Walker. They scored a lot of touchdowns.
Even though we've had some struggles this year, we keep pushing on to finally get a win somehow.
I'm sure that our Nelson football team will do well this next game, and it's up to everyone to cheer them on. Come out to Heritage on Monday to support 7th grade and Tuesday to support 8th grade. Our football team may be going through a rough patch right now, but let's cheer up with some jelly beans. But what are we doing with jelly beans? Eating them, obviously. But let's see how our Nighthawks do in a jelly bean taste test race.
Many people have never tried any of Jelly Bean's exotic flavors, or haven't tried them at all. Let's see some of our Nighthawks use their tasting skills to figure out the crazy flavors of these jelly beans.
When you're ready, slap your legs, clap your hands, and then hit your head. And then you can guess your flavor.
Our first competitors are getting ready for the first tasting.
1, 2, 3, taste!
You gotta go.
She's going. Can I go? Yeah.
You're right. Lawn clippings. Nice job. 1 point for the 7th graders. 1, 2, 3, taste!
Apple.
We're losing.
Cherry.
Yes. 1 point for the 8th graders.
I got cherry.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, taste!
Do it!
Go on!
Sour blueberry, I don't know.
No.
A blueberry?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, taste!
You don't get it. Go Joe.
It's probably
No.
Go Joe. Joe.
What? Caramel? Caramel what? Popcorn? Yes. Eighth graders for the win!
We out of here. See y'all later, Nelson.
Good job to 8th grade for winning the competition. Now that we have some flavor in our lives, it's time to get into a more serious topic. This week we've been recognizing Red Ribbon Week. Red Ribbon Week was created to pay tribute to DEA Special Agent Enrique Camarena. Agent Camarena was captured, harmed, and sadly, her life was taken by drug cartels in 1985. Red Ribbon Week was observed to bring awareness to the drug issue in America, as well as to honor Agent Camarena. Claire was able to get some stories from some of the Nelson staff about their personal experience with the effects of drug and alcohol abuse.
Since its beginning in 1985, the Red Ribbon has touched the lives of millions of people around the world. Schools recognize Red Ribbon Week to show their commitment to a drug-free and alcohol-free environment. We have some of our own Nelson staffs who are willing to share their stories about the effects of drugs and alcohol abuse.
I was actually in middle school when this happened, and it was all around my dad. He was a great man, was there to support the family, had a very nice job, but the issue was when he came home at night, he had a drinking problem. Started out where he'd have one glass, which led to another, and so for about 5 years I had an alcoholic father who wasn't around for me, so it was a really tough time.
So I have a brother who's 2 years younger than me. He, in high school, he would dabble and try some different things with drugs, marijuana and some lower level drugs. But as time went on and he got older and I got older, we kind of drifted apart just because of, living situations and, occupation and things like that. He started using drugs a lot heavier. He, at one point in his life, and this has been about 5 years ago, he was a full-blown meth addict. He would do methamphetamines every day. He had, I think he told me it was a $250 to $300 a day habit. And, the toll that takes not only on the abuser, because when they're abusing the drugs, they don't see it. They don't understand the spiral that they're in, but the families can see it. And sometimes the families don't see it. And that's one of the really hard parts. So, but thankfully, he's about, I think this November will be 5 years clean for him. So he's doing really well, and he's, it rips away your family, and I have 2 little kids that had to witness part of it, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Even though only a few of the teachers' stories were told, many other teachers at our school have a story to tell. Let's hear some motivating words from the teachers.
Alcoholism and addiction is a disease. So if you know somebody who is even trying it, or you know somebody in your life that maybe does have an issue with those things, all you can do is love that person and know that it's not your fault. It's not a joke. A lot of times I know we dress up funny for Red Ribbon Week, and we do some different things, but it's not a joke. We're actually trying to bring awareness to something.
If you're going through a tough time with a family member who has an alcohol problem or a drug problem, to open up and tell people, because there are people there who will help you through it, and you won't have to feel as alone as I did when I was going through it.
That it happens all the time, and you never know what kind of battle someone is dealing with.
Teens who regularly talk to their parents about drugs are 42% less likely to use drugs than those who don't. Start the conversation at home and make a commitment to be drug-free.
Now that you've learned more about Red Ribbon Week and how it has affected even some of our staff, I hope you take the time to understand what it stands for. Drugs and alcohol can be very bad for our system, so it's our job as Nighthawks to be healthy, and it's our job as reporters to inform you on what's happening around school. Drugs can take away very important things to you, and you shouldn't let it control you. Unfortunately, it's time for your boy to sign off. So for NTV, I'm Justin. Pursuing new hikes, we are Nighthawk Nation.